Aloha everybody, it is I, the Great Clements, and ladies and gentlemen, we're tackling our second Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game. This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the game, featuring Ivan Ooze. Yeah, quite a long title, isn't it? For this time around, we actually have difficulty select in the options menu, and being the most badass player of all players, I'm going to switch it from normal to hard. What changes? Well, obviously the difficulty, but also the end credits gives you a special little code at the end if you beat the game on hard, so let's do that, why not? This time around we have 6 Rangers, not 5, because Tommy, aka the Green/White Ranger, eventually joined the cast. And we actually got a whole bunch of new characters too. Jason's gone, Trini's gone, Zach is gone, and instead they've been replaced by Rocky, Aisha, and Adam. So like the previous LP of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I will be going level by level, switching each Ranger for each level. So first we'll start off with Billy, the stereotypical nerd character, because he's holding his head because he's scared! But yeah, this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the game. And it plays a little bit different from the first Power Rangers game I tackled. For one thing, there is now a foreground and a background that you can hop between at will whenever you want, simply by pushing the L and R buttons. So you can go up to the sidewalk where the top putties are just by jumping over there. And sometimes like cars and stuff or some kind of obstacles will try charging towards you. And that's when you want to jump into the background so you can dodge it, because you can't exactly jump over it and what? I'm in the background. Just like that. So you know, it's just nice to have this little foreground-background dynamic. You're noticing I'm constantly picking up all of these energy spike things when the putties get beaten. They fill up my power meter. If my power meter is filled up all the way, I can push the X button to morph into a Power Ranger at will. Oh yeah, it's not like the original game I played where you actually get to the halfway point of the level and then they automatically transform into the Rangers. If you get enough juice, you can actually turn into the Blue Ranger whenever you want. You can even save it, and I would recommend saving it sometimes because when you actually transform into a Power Ranger, as you know, when you start off as a human, you turn into the Power Ranger, you actually get your health refilled. So what I always like to do, because this game is slightly more challenging than the first game I played, if I'm getting beat up a little bit, if I have like 1 unit of health left and it just takes 1 more hit and I'm dead, then I like to transform into a Power Ranger because it refills my health, it makes me stronger, and you know, it's just best to save the morphing time for that time, you know? But the difficulty of Power Rangers the movie, the game, featuring Ivan Ooze, is it's a little bit harder than the original game I played, because now your health bar is so much more limited. You have 5 units of health throughout the entire game. And anything can drain 1 block. You know, the big bad final boss, Ivan Ooze, will drain 1 unit of health when he touches you. If a putty punches you, it's 1 unit of health. So you have 5 hits, essentially, until you die. You have lives, you have continues, but you know. So it's a little bit harder, because like in the original Power Rangers game, you had a health bar, and it had like a damage difference thing where like putty's punches were different from like other attacks. And, you know, you could actually increase your health bar by picking up food, so it would be like a full green bar, and then you'd pick up food, and all of a sudden it would turn like blue and purple, so like you were all of a sudden more healthy. It was going beyond the health bar. And you know, you could get hit a lot of times in the old Power Rangers game, but in this time, it's 5 hits. You can find food and all kinds of health power-ups along the way, but generally, you gotta make sure you're not getting hit by any of the enemies, you know. You may have noticed earlier in this level, Billy actually pulled out some bombs from out of his jeans and threw the bombs at the putties. If your power meter is not filled all the way to the top, but it is filled up a little bit, when you're in the human non-ranger form, you can actually do a special attack. Billy throws bombs, Rocky does like a drop kick, so does Tommy, I believe. Aisha does a big butt bounce thing. Kimberly does this crazy, awesome, like, crescent moon kick, you know. So, that's one thing to know, one thing to point out. Again, I'm saving my morphing time basically until I'm like really low health, and that way I will get my health back when I morph, you know? Oh, putties, you guys are still as useless as ever. Gray ones are always one punch. Unlike the first game, we don't really do combos and stuff. We have like one basic punch, and you know. You can't do that multiple fist punch that Billy used to do, that whole ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. And they're burning them all down. And fireballs are defying gravity and jumping up and then going down again. That's wacky. The good news about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the game, featuring Ivan Ooze, is that this is actually a co-op game as well, and unfortunately I did not have any friends with me at the time, and I just wanted to record a single-player playthrough on hard mode, because, you know, whatever. But the co-op's pretty fun, you know, you and a friend can play at the exact same time, and be Power Rangers at the same time, and, you know, I forget how all the co-op features work. I don't know if you have like double team moves, or if one character morphs, the other character is forced to morph as well. I'm not sure about that. I haven't played co-op in ages. But, you know. Now this is a two-player adventure where two Rangers can be fighting the enemies at the same time. And because this game's a little bit more challenging, I can imagine a lot of people would want to team up with a friend, because, you know. Shit got real. 5 hits and you're dead. Enemies do not fuck around. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we're at our first boss of Area 1. It's Mirror Maniac. He's the first boss, though, so he really isn't that much of an issue. You can pretty much keep punching this guy whenever, even when he, like, curls into a ball and stuff. He'll shoot lasers at you, but he has a wind-up period, and you hear it, so you know when to duck. In normal mode, he actually shoots 1 fireball, and in hard mode, he shoots 2 fireballs. Big difference, right? But, you know, just listen for the charge-up sound. When he disappears and comes back as 2 people, the one with the bright core is the real Mirror Maniac, and you want to hit him. The one with the dark core, you hit him, you'll miss, and then the real Mirror Maniac will attack you, and yeah. It's the first boss, though, so really it's not much of a problem. Hells yeah. I got a free man for that, too. So for area number 2, let's rejoin Kimberly, why not? The Pink Ranger. This is my favorite track in the whole entire game, the aircraft carrier theme song. I love this tune. Sorry, I just had to share that musical piece. I love this music, what can I say? I like how Kimberly's looking a lot more anime in this game. She has like the face of like a Final Fantasy sprite or something. So I bet you're wondering, Clement, what the hell does this have to do with the movie? Because if you've seen the movie, you're like, when the hell were the Power Rangers ever on an aircraft helicarrier or something? You know what my theory is? I've actually looked up information on the game trying to see if that was the case, but I couldn't find anything. But it wouldn't surprise me if this game was supposed to be coming out originally before the movie was announced, and then the movie was announced and they've decided, like, hey, let's tie it into the movie, why not? Because, like, throughout the entire game, you're fighting nothing but putties, you know. In the movie, the bad guy was Ivan Ooze, and he had, like, these Ooze henchmen, which were, like, these purple blob guys with massive dreadlocks, right? And you never see Ooze creatures at all in this game. You only fight putties, you only fight monsters from, like, Season 1 and 2 of the Power Rangers show. You never fight Rita Repulsa or Lord Zed or Goldar or anything, so... And the only time you fight anything from the movie is Ivan Ooze at the very end of the game, which makes me think that, you know, maybe the final boss is supposed to be Lord Zed, but then they were like, let's just replace him with Ivan Ooze. There, movie tie-in game. Because even, like, the background, like, even, like, the levels when you're walking through them, like, the flags on the helicarrier here, they have the letter Z on them. Or Z if you're American. I'm Canadian, so it's Z to me. But, you know, when we were in the first level, the street level, there was graffiti Zeds everywhere. There was a Zed on the blimp where Mirror Maniac was on. So it really implies that all of this belongs to Lord Zed, because Z, he is Zed. Ha ha ha. Lord Zed. But, you know, you don't see any Ivan Ooze trademarks. You never see Ivan Ooze until the very end of the game, so it really wouldn't surprise me if it was like, okay, let's just replace the final boss with Ivan Ooze, boom, movie tie-in game. Because this does not follow the plot of the movie at all. In fact, the movie is pretty subdued, where like they turn into the Power Rangers at the beginning of the movie, and then Ivan Ooze pretty much straight up almost kills Zordon, and then they lose their powers, and then they travel to another planet, and they train to become Ninja Rangers, and try to get their powers back and shit. And, you know, this doesn't really follow that movie plot at all. We're going to be seeing locations that weren't in the movie, monsters that were in the movie, so, you know. Pterodactyl! Oh shit, I missed Billy again. I missed Triceratops again. And once again, the Pink Ranger does not wear a skirt. They did not bother to change the sprites again. Except for the White Ranger. They gave the White Ranger his own unique sprites and shit, but these Rangers, no. Once again, Tommy getting special treatment just because he's the cool kid. Fuck Tommy. I just want to put that out. No. I like Tommy, but you know. If there's ever going to be a leader, a main character of the Power Rangers series, I would say Tommy would be that character. But whatever. I know that the Sega Genesis actually has a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the game, of their own. And from the footage I saw of it not too long ago, I basically looked it up before I did this commentary. Yeah, that follows the movie a lot more. It even has cutscenes justifying, like, Ivan Ooze attacks Zordon, and they go to the planet, whatever, and meet that warrior tribe woman with the bouncing breasts. And, then they have, like, flashback scenes where, like, they fight past events and stuff, and I don't know. The Sega Genesis game, you could believe, was made for the movie, but this game, it feels like they just tied it in at the very last minute. Another good thing about being a Power Ranger is that your attack power is actually doubled. You know how in the original game, it didn't really matter because it was an automatic, mandatory thing, and, you know, the purple putties always got hit they always got killed in a combo. In the movie game, when you morph into a Power Ranger, your attack is doubled. So you can one-shot even the purple putties. So, you know, if you want to be stronger, if you want to take a better fight to the putties, morphing to a Power Ranger makes sense, you know? But this is Cannon Top, the second boss of the game. He's got a cannon for a face. Not sure how that works, but you want to use the platform in order to punch him. You know, if he's shooting straight ahead, just duck on the platform. Or actually, I'm standing, never mind. Just don't jump, I guess. And when he's shooting missiles at the ground, just keep using that thing on the top to hang off it and kick him in the face. This is what happens when the Power Rangers max out their power in Ranger form. You can not only use your weapons, like Billy will be able to use his trident, Kimberly uses her bow and arrow, but when you push the X button, you can do this crazy awesome bomb attack which damages enemies for a short period of time, just like the bombs did in the first game, so you know. Build up that energy, collect those Morphin lightning bolt things, because you need them. Anywho, folks, I'll see you in part 2.